Are you the kind of person who sees a big bookcase and hopes pulling one of the books will suddenly reveal a secret passage? Or maybe you're the type who checks the gaps in the floorboards to see if there's a trap door hidden beneath your feet. Whatever it is, there's something about secret rooms and concealed spaces that fills us with a sense of wonder. So grab the popcorn and get ready because we're about to take a look at some of the most ingenious hidden rooms and secret places people actually have in their homes. Secret safe. Some houses in areas that experience severe storms have basements that double up as storm shelters, just like the Surdy family's home. Because it's below ground, this room is pretty safe from being blown away, and they've even added a few drop-down bunk beds in case the family needs to spend the night here. But they've also added another secret feature. Can you spot it? It's a hidden safe. The false wall is actually a door that opens on a hidden hinge, and the irregular lay of the wooden boards makes the whole thing look like any other wooden panel. But what's behind that huge safe door, I hear you ask? It's a whole other room with yet another safe inside. I guess you could say this place is super safe. Shrub Rover. I don't mean to alarm you, but there's something sneaking around in the bushes. Is it a box? A tiny car? Well, almost. It's actually a terrestrial shrub rover. This brilliantly bizarre design was thought up by Justin Schull back in 2009, made to celebrate NASA's moon colonization effort. It may look like someone stuck wheels on a bush, but it's so much cooler than that. Jason made this solar-powered vehicle by covering a go-kart with a foam insulate shell and attaching a little greenery on the outside for camouflage. Using a series of cameras attached to monitors inside, a driver can pilot the bush without the need of a windscreen, so it blends right into the background, except when it's moving, or when someone's trying to get in or get out of it. Yes, there's no beating around the bush here. Creative closet. Now, with this next one, I can guess what you're expecting. One of those linen closet doors is going to open into a secret room, right? Nope. Okay, he's going to pull down the shelves and reveal the back of the cabinet is actually a door? Well, guess again. It turns out the entire left-hand side of this cabinet has been built into a hollow in this house, and it can be pulled out thanks to a secret set of hinges under the middle of the closet. The whole thing was made by AT Custom Cabinets in Florida, supposedly for the owner to use as a secret room to hide valuables. Apparently, the house was actually rented out to a high-profile celebrity who, despite living there for several months, never found this hidden hollow. Guess that proves just how secret this space really is. That last room may have been difficult to detect, but these next two features will be really easy to spot. Can you see them? Yeah, it's those like and subscribe buttons down below. Have you hit them up yet? Great. Now, what have we got next? Where's the door? Take a look at the corner of this room. Believe it or not, there's a floor-length door hidden here somewhere. Can you guess where it is? I thought it was behind the mirror, but I can see the wall below, so there's no floor-length door hidden there. Maybe it's behind that cabinet and the door's just really small to keep it out of sight? Let's find out.
Look at that, it slides out.
Ah, it was behind the mirror. I feel like such an idiot. This guy ingeniously built a door frame into a layer of drywall. Then he put up another layer of drywall over the door, cut a hole in that in line with the dimensions of the mirror, and screwed in a few sliders to hang the mirror on. The result? A secret sliding door you can check your outfit in. But what lies beyond? It's a concrete-lined safe room, perfect for keeping a few valuables hidden or, with the extensive amount of supplies he has back there, for waiting out the apocalypse. Beyond the bookcase. Every time I pass a bookcase, part of me really hopes there's a secret door behind it leading to a hidden library or something. While most don't lead anywhere, YouTuber Jake Bielis decided to make this secret door fantasy a reality and built one in his home from scratch. From afar, it looks like any other bookcase, but pulling out a book that's secretly attached to a string connected to a gate latch on the other side of the unit, the secret door swings open. Because the book's glued to a piece of wood on a hinge, it tilts back into place once the door is closed. So, nothing looks out of the ordinary when someone's inside. It's a perfect cover, providing nobody actually wants to read the book the latch is attached to. To be doubly sure, I'd change it to something no one in their right mind would want to touch, like Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey. Although, then my mom would probably find it. What book would you use? Let me know down in the comments. Speakeasy Spirit. Back in the 1920s, during America's Prohibition, it was illegal to sell or manufacture alcohol. This meant that many bars got creative with their setups and built hidden rooms inside their establishments that still sold alcohol, away from the prying eyes of the police. These were called speakeasies, and while the prohibition was lifted in 1933, the trend of having a speakeasy-style bar has persisted into the 21st century. And one absolutely amazing example of that comes from the Metropolitan A Speakeasy in Texas. In true speakeasy style, part of their establishment looks like any other restaurant. But if you take a look at the super massive set of shelves, you'll notice that one of them is hiding something. That's so cool. The double-sided cabinet on rails hides the entrance to a separate bar and lounge area. I almost want the prohibition back, just so this becomes the new authentic speakeasy standard. Kitchen Island. If your house has a basement, you probably have a dedicated set of stairs that leads down to it. They usually take up quite a bit of space, so they're often out of sight behind a door or are even located outside. But not if you live in this house. Several years ago, a contractor was doing a little work in here when he noticed a cupboard on this kitchen island had a set of heavy-duty hinges, but no handle. Confused, he looked a little closer and discovered something really cool.
Countertop slides back. Stairs. And it goes down to a wine cellar.
The counter slid back to reveal a set of stairs underneath, leading down to an ingeniously concealed wine cellar. That's incredible, but with the top back on, it's like it's not even there. Although, after a few glasses of wine, I'm sure this would turn into a nightmare to find. Fireplace Fun. Finished Basements New Jersey specialize in every element of basement design, including how all their customers get down into them. And I mean all their customers. In one home they helped renovate, they decided to add something special behind a fireplace in the living room. They added a blacked-out panel in front of the frame to make the whole thing look ornamental, but by pulling it back reveals every kid's dream, a secret slide. Though it's not just kids that can enjoy it. Down at the bottom, the slide dumps the rider out into a gorgeously designed playroom, which is next to a bar. I mean, it all looks great, but I'm not sure about putting the kids' room next to the alcohol. Although, after a couple of drinks, I bet that slide becomes pretty tempting to the adults. Men's Room Discovery. Back in 2017, a worker for an air conditioning company in Florida was checking out the ducts in a house undergoing some pretty basic renovations. But as he was working, he noticed something really weird. Up in the attic, there was a duct that didn't lead anywhere. It trailed through a wall at the back of the attic, which seemingly had no door. He then noticed a strange carpeted walkway leading towards this mysterious wall. So he grabbed a light and crawled his way over the creepily carpeted space. Eventually, he reached this. It's a little hard to make out, but that wooden wall is actually a door. He opened it up and discovered an entire other carpeted room hidden behind the weird wall. It was dark, but he found the end of his mysterious vent, along with a couple of pizza boxes, some outlets, a cable plug-in, and even some license plates put up for decoration. But the big surprise was yet to come. He shone his light on a little door in the corner that weirdly had a men's room sign stuck over it. When he opened it up, can you guess what he found? Yup, a little urinal which had definitely been used. I don't want to imagine what that must have smelled like. It looks like the homeowners were using the space as some sort of secret man cave. With all the outlets and air conditioning, I reckon it probably was a pretty sweet secret hangout once. Although, I still can't get over that hidden miniature urinal. I prefer not to chill out in the same room I pee in, thanks. A real men's room. If the last secret man cave made you go, ew, rather than wow, then I reckon this incredible creation from APA Home Renovations in Canada will be more up your alley. With a push of a lever cleverly concealed beneath that bust, the shelf automatically slides open, revealing a room fit for a king. There's a massive monitor, comfy chairs, and fiber optic lighting, making it a perfect private theater. Though it took a lot of work. Before it looked so glam, this was a sad little storage space connected by two double doors that was only fit for a freezer and a couple of coats. Now though, it's concealed by a sliding bookcase that's set back from the wall and rolls into it easily without disturbing any of the items lining the shelf. Can I get one ticket to this theater, please? Please? Hidden passageway. Now, we've seen DIY doors hidden behind walls and bookcases, and they clearly take a lot of time and effort to make. If only there was a company that specialized in designing these hidden features for you. Well, I'm very excited to tell you there is. The aptly named Hidden Passageway is a company that can make covert doors out of just about anything, from dressers to washing machines at a laundromat. But the most impressive pieces of their portfolio has to be their stone walls. By using seemingly random stone tiles that tessellate perfectly, they can conceal the joins and hinges of almost any door, camouflaging entire entrances behind them. Whoa, I wouldn't know any of these were there if I wasn't looking for them. Now, as much as I'd love to have one of these in my house, sadly, I don't think their staggering $10,000 price tag is the right fit for me. Secret Wall Passage. Hidden Passageway aren't the only company creating incredible stone-crafted camouflage. Alan Wade of Infinite Tile Designs was contracted to create this beautiful, seamless stone facade. It looks like the perfect backdrop for that high-tech fireplace, but if you give the right section of the wall a slight push, it reveals a hidden compartment behind. How incredible is that? What makes it even more amazing is that this is a completely custom design, and the very first hidden door that Alan had ever been contracted to create. After doing a job that flawless, this definitely won't be the last hidden door he'll be asked to build. Hidey hole. You might not realize it, but stairs take up quite a lot of space in any home. Some homeowners opt to convert the space underneath the steps into things like closets and storage cupboards. But one man, David Molyneux, changed the game with this revolutionary use of hydraulics. With a remote flick of a button, the motorized hydraulic arms lift up the front of the staircase, revealing the perfect space underneath to store shoes as well as a safe. I can't be the only one thinking that this must double up as a killer hiding place in a game of hide and seek, right? Disco dryer. From bookcases to stairs and even some stone facades, it turns out that you can build a secret room into almost anything in your home, even your dryer. Wait, am I seeing this right? Yep, the shell of this dryer has been built into a wall, opening up into a fantastical-looking tunnel. TikTok user Catriona Bruneman shows how this dryer leads to a small, cozy room, just big enough for a few people. As much as this may look like it's part of the coolest house on earth, it's actually part of an immersive art installation run by company Meow Wolf. Their 3 centers dotted around the US are filled to the brim with hidden doors, funky spaces, and rooms that are begging to be explored. So if you need to scratch that secret door itch, now you know where to go. You're welcome. House of Hidden Floors. Okay, if I could afford to, every room in my house would be filled with hidden doors and secret spaces. I mean, inviting people over for a game of hide and seek would be the most hilarious game ever. And that's why I imagine TikTok user Jake Hendricks has people begging to come over to his house all the time. In a house tour he uploaded, he showed that with the touch of a button, an entire hidden staircase descends from his ceiling, revealing a whole other hidden floor above. The entire thing seems to hinge on that one huge hydraulic arm you can see right at the very top. Neat. But this isn't the only secret feature of Jake's house. Over in the kitchen, he has a huge pantry shelving unit that swings out, revealing another set of stairs that leads down into the basement. Man, how many secret floors does this house have? No, wait, don't tell me. On the slim chance I do get invited over for a round of hide and seek, I want it to be a surprise. Finders Keepers. While the building of a secret room yourself sounds like a really fun idea, finding a secret room hidden in your home isn't always as thrilling. Back in 2011, YouTuber Steve G realized there was an odd room in the house he was renting that was always locked and that he didn't have the key to. What was even stranger was the little window built into it that oddly looked out over the stairs leading up to his living space. Steve had lived there for 3 years but had never really noticed this freaky feature before. Curious, he decided to document his investigation of the room. He clambered up on a ledge, poked his recorder through, and discovered this.
There is a bed in a random storage closet, or I don't even know what this thing is.
Oh boy, that's ominous, to say the very least. Had there been someone squatting in his house all these years without him realizing it? He quickly scanned around and saw something shiny on the ground. Thinking it could be a key, he grabbed a ski pole to try and get it out, but it turned out just to be a keychain. Weirded out and very confused, Steve eventually talked to his landlord. The man casually informed him that it was just a storage space, but he put a bed in so that if he was ever working nearby and gets tired, he can just crash. Now, I'm no landlord, but wouldn't you tell your tenants information like this before they moved in? I mean, imagine waking up in the morning, grabbing a cup of coffee, looking outside, and then spotting your landlord's face peeking at you from a tiny window in your wall. That's a little too close to comfort for me, thanks. Library ladder room. Libraries that have a railed ladder to reach high-up bookshelves are pretty fantastical features in any home. But there's one of these laddered libraries that takes the fantasy to a whole new level. Literally. TikTok user Jessica Edwards lives in a house with a super high set of shelving, complete with a rolling staircase which moves to reach each unit. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you head up the stairs and pull a specific book on one of the shelves, a door opens and takes you into a completely separate room hidden behind them. As cool as that is, what happens if someone moves that ladder? Would Jessica be stuck in that room until someone rolled it back? Fortunately, it seems like there's another door and another set of stairs leading down at the back there. Although being stuck up here doesn't look like it'd be such a bad thing. You got a huge TV, some games, books. Man, I definitely wouldn't mind being stranded up there for a few days. Attic discovery. Because of the recent COVID-19 pandemic, many people looking to buy new property weren't able to see them in person and just had to rely on the images their realtors provided. So, when TikTok user Sissy Hankshaw and her partner saw the house they bought for the first time, they suddenly realized there was a part of the attic they couldn't access. Confused, they searched the ceilings and nearby rooms for an access point, but came back with nothing. They were about to give up when Sissy noticed that at the back of her closet right next to where the weird attic space should have been, there was a small panel screwed into the wall. They wasted no time drilling the screws out and pulled back the panel to reveal this strange sight.
I realize it's not a secret room, but I just find it so interesting that there's no access to this elsewhere in the house.
Covered in a layer of insulation, the weird room had been boarded up for apparently no reason. The floors were finished, the wiring was new. Why would anyone block off a perfectly good room? Maybe it didn't fit with the layout of the rest of the house? Or maybe, just maybe, it's haunted? Well, at least the ghosts would have plenty of space up there. Why do you think it was sealed up? Let me know down in the comments. Secret viewing. When TikTok user Addie Meshka was looking for a new home back in March 2020, she took a chance on viewing a house with a hidden extra feature. At first, nothing looked out of the ordinary, but then the realtor revealed a wall panel upstairs was actually a hidden door, and Addie's adventure began. It led to a small, tunnel-like area that opened out into a tiny, windowless room. And to exit, here's the coolest part, she had to open and close a door disguised as a set of shelves inside a closet. I mean, there's no denying this is incredibly cool, but what had the previous owners used this space for? And why did it need two different doors? Was it for a little extra super accessible storage? Maybe a secret escape route in case of intruders? Well, whatever it was, if I was viewing at this house, I'd have bought it for the feature alone. So slick. Some secret spaces are hidden behind objects that fit the basic dimensions of a door, so they can be pretty easy to spot. But take a look at this scene and tell me, where's the door? Maybe that skateboard is some kind of knocker? No, I'm at a loss. Well, fortunately, the door's creator and TikTok user Carlos Fernando is here to help us out. Oh, that is seamless. It took a long 6 months to make this secret office space a reality. And that sounds extensive, but I don't doubt it for a minute. Just think of the math involved. He needed to work out how thick each slat needed to be to line up with the door and the edges of the wall without looking even slightly out of place. That's a lot of brain power, not to mention assembly time. But was all that elbow and brain grease worth it? Well, for that slick finish, I definitely think so. Heidi Slidey. When TikTok user Julia Graves' family bought a house that had previously been owned by a family with 4 young boys, they were really happy with the sheer amount of space inside. But when Julia started exploring, she discovered a cupboard that opened up into… what is that? A bright blue laundry chute? Nope, it's something way more fun. A slide. One that reached all the way up to the floor above it. It ends in a playroom that's complete with its own little climbing wall. I mean, it may have been built to entertain those boys, but that hasn't stopped Julia from enjoying it. I mean, I'm aware I'm a fully grown man, but even I want to open up that cupboard and disappear down that slide. Do you reckon Julia's family would adopt me? Kitchen cuteness. Okay, take a look at this kitchen and tell me, why do you think there's a lock on that cupboard? Is it to stop kids from snacking on whatever's inside? Maybe it's to keep something dangerous well out of reach. Oh, now I'm nervous. What's in there? Oh, I wasn't expecting that. This kitchen belongs to Chris Bonamo, an incredible carpenter who made this custom cabinet creation for his many dogs. The cabinet contains a tunnel that connects to a dog door outside, and the door is lightweight enough so that each of his dogs, no matter their size, can squeeze through. I reckon they should call this guy Dr. Doolittle. Get it? Dr. Doolittle? Doolittle? Yeah, I'll see myself out. Hey, that's not Narnia. You know The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? The story where a group of kids travel to a fantasy land called Narnia through the back of an old wardrobe? Well, I can confirm it doesn't exist. Every wardrobe I've tried desperately to travel through has left me at a dead end. Although maybe I've been trying to travel through the wrong furniture, if Connecticut's Generation Builders are anything to go by. In one of their TikTok videos, they pull out a set of drawers they've installed in a wall to reveal a mysterious space beyond. And the video cuts out there, but you can see a power outlet or maybe a light switch on the other side. Perhaps Narnia got upgraded and has its own power grid now. Either way, if you need me, I'll be trying to crawl through the back of my drawers. Which of these secret rooms would you want to have the most in your home? Or are you lucky enough to already have one? If you do, can I come over? Let me know down in the comments below, and thanks for watching.